This is a video review of the Hornby Flying Scotsman USA Tour 1969 train pack. This features the Flying Scotsman LNER livery locomotive number 4472. It's a double tender edition, as it was when it went to America with the observation car, which is also included as seen. It's a limited edition model, probably I think it was from last year, 2011. And it's of 2,000 pieces that were made. Like I say, it's R2953. The locomotive is the general LNER livery with the extra tender, and it's also got, as you can hopefully see on the picture, it's DCC ready, and it's got the bell and the cow catcher on the front, as it was when it went to America. It's a nice box, the sort of standard size. And you've got, it comes with a limited edition certificate of the 2,000 pieces and the locomotive with the extra tender and the observation car, and it's a standard DCC ready 12 volt model, so it could easily be digital fitted with just a simple chip. So I'll just take it out of the box. I've used it already, but I thought I'd do a review of it. So this is the insert. Got the standard card cover on the front. And then you've got the instruction sheet for the R2953. It's actually an A3 class, but the instructions is for the A1 and the A3 for DCC ready, DCC fitted and sound. So it's just got a bit about running in the locomotive. And then you've got general lubrication instructions. So you can see, I don't know if you can see the red dots very well, but it's showing you where to put the small droplets of oil. Information on removing the body. For DCC chip fitting. So it's, by the looks of the instructions, it's a standard 8-pin digital chip, and then you've got the option, that's the sound chip there with the speaker, I assume, underneath there if you did have a sound model. Mine's just DCC ready with the standard blanking plate. You can remove the coal from the tender, as is common on a lot of the new models, and it's got the, between the tender and the main locomotive, it has got the small clip there which plugs into the bottom of the tender, because the tender obviously has the chip and contacts to the track through the wheels as well. And then you've got a little bit of instructions about fitting the brake rods to the locomotive in the tender, which come inside the box. Just show you. So this is the certificate, as I say, for the USA Tour Flying Scotsman. My one's limited edition of 308 from the 2000 models. You've got the Flying Scotsman logo on there, and then the Simon Collar signature from Hornby. It's not a proper hand signature, it's a printed signature, as is common on a lot of these. Well, pretty much most of them. I've only ever seen this hand signature once, which I'll do a review of on the next couple of days, hopefully. So as I say, it's the Flying Scotsman as it was outshopped in Doncaster 1969 with the Pullman observation car SC281, which has the observation coach has the working lights like the Devon Bell observation cars. So I'll show you the accessories it comes with. You get the standard DCC chip if you want to put chip sleeve if you want to put a digital chip inside. The locomotives come secured into the packaging with the tiny little screws, clips which clip underneath, but I've obviously already removed those. Then you get the brake pieces and detail pack with the wheel if you're not going to use it basically for display, because if you that wheel's got the rim on it so it won't go around the corners basically. And then there's a few detailing pieces in the pack as well, and then a couple more detailing pieces in another pack, and I think that's all the little accessories and whatnot. So I'll take the locomotive out. The pack has got the holes on the underside, so you can actually lift the units out much easier. They are very fragile, these pieces, and you've just, like I say, this one, the Flying Scotsman's got the bell on the front there and the cow catcher. You can see the 4472 number on the front there, just above the cow catcher. It's got sprung buffers. It's driven by the motor on the engine, so you haven't got the annoying tender driven models with the power connection, which is very intermittent on the older models. But it's a super smooth runner, this one. You can see the detail you've got on the side there. It's also got detail in the cab, so you can see the painted pipes and valves and everything like that. You've got the lovely logo on the side and the Flying Scotsman nameplate on the side, and just general sort of like really nice detail all over the locomotive, like the brass colours and the silver painting around the boiler and the sides. Like I say, that's the little wire connection which clips from the back of the locomotive onto the tender. So I will take that out, put it on the side. Oh, it's also got on the roof of the cab the little slide so you can open the little vents on the roof. That's reasonably common now on a lot of the newer super detailed locomotives. So I'll just prise this is the main tender, so it's got the coal on the top, which just like I say is removable. Nice detailing on the tender as well with the valves and whatnot. It's got the LNER livery on the side, really smart, and it's got a it's a bit caught up, but you've got the small little NEM coupling and sprung buffers as well, and the little point on the underside where you plug in the connector from the locomotive for the power. But like I say, just really nice little window on the back there, just nice detailing all over really. Very light as well, because like I say, you haven't got the motor in that unit, so. This is the second tender. Hornby have done quite a few double tender Flying Scotsmans. I did have the Flying Scotsman Enterprises model that they did, which comes with a blue and sort of grey colour, like the British Railways colour tender. But they also do the live steam double tender, and they did another model with a green tender double tender as well before. So there's quite a few models that they did. But you can see it's got the big number in 4472, very well known for the Flying Scotsman. I think these are the double tenders is generally like a water tender, I think, just to give the locomotive in real life a bit more longer running time, rather than having to stop to fill up with water. Obviously quite helpful for the Flying Scotsman as it did like the long distance runs as well. The tender has sprung buffers on the ends, which would go to the coach with the cab end there, but not on this end. They're just plastic ones, which I think are moulded into the actual chassis. The coupling at the front, which connects the other tender, doesn't have a coupling hook, just the loop, but it does have the normal coupling on the back end, not a NEM coupling. I assume they've probably based this on the older double tender, so they haven't remodelled it and put a NEM coupling or anything like that on there. It's just a standard size, but it does turn so you can go around the corners and everything like that. But nice smooth wheels. See, it's made in China model, and you've got a nice bit of detailing around. Don't know if the camera will pick it up, but there is some red detailing around the undersides there as well. And then last but not least, the main part is like I say, is the observation car. Hornby have, I think this is one of 4 observation cars they have available, because they do the 2 Devon Bales, which is similar colouring to this, more Pullman looking. They do the one with a grey roof, and then they do the one with the grey and the roof with a white banding through the middle, and then they do this model from the Flying Scotsman, and then they do the maroon livery one as well. So like I say, a total of 4, but this is a super detailed model as well. It's got really flush windows on it, really lovely. It's a bit more sort of like basic than the Devon Bale Pullmans, I would say, but I guess that's how it was in real life. You've only got observation car and SC 281 on the end there, but you've got sprung buffers, NEM coupling as well, so that can easily be removed. It's got the contacts on the wheels there, go up through the middle, which give power to, I don't know if you'll be able to see it very well, but inside the cab you've got the circuit board, which is where you've got a few lights on the inside there. So it's not got table lamps like the other super detail Pullmans. It's actually just got a whole strip of interior lighting inside. And then you've got the end there, so you can people would look out the back as the train moves. As this goes on the end of the train, it doesn't have a coupling on the end, so you've just got the coupling at one end, and it's got a cover over the corridor, like the gangway at the end. You've got such stunning detail, like the pipes all along the roof there, and the details all along there. Like I say, sprung buffers at both ends. Nice detailing again on the underside, where you've got like tanks and everything along there. And then it's, like I say, it's got the sort of matchstick or like the wood effect on the lower side with the raised observation car plaque on there, and it's got the same on the end. It's got the rippled sort of wood effect as well. Metal wheels, so really nice runner as well. If you were, obviously the coach is digital ready, or suitable for digital as well, or analogue. But if you were to put it on a digital layout, the lights would be on all the time, as long as the power's going around all of the track. But on the out of the box, if you were to run this on the analogue layout with the Flying Scotsman, then the lights will only operate when the train's in motion. But yeah, really nice coach. It completes the set of the observation ones, because this is actually only available in this coach pack. You can't buy this observation car separately. But yeah, so that's pretty much completes everything. If you want to see the locomotive and that running, check out some of my other videos. It will probably be in there somewhere, or if not, drop me a message and I can certainly get a video of it running. But obviously it's a fairly new model, so it'll be the super smooth running, as is common on the Hornby range now. Thanks for watching. Any questions, please ask.